guidance. Thank you for the opportunity to come together to learn, to grow, and to prepare ourselves for task of teaching. May this time be filled with insight, inspiration, and mutual respect. May this training empower us to be not only effective educators, but also light of hope and encouragement in every classroom we enter. Amen.
Dear Josephite family members, warm welcome to this school, especially the newcomers, new teachers, and also once again as we are starting new academic year, we have to start with a positive note. So we require God's blessing, we have already asked for it, and then I'm sure this academic year will be a great one. We have greater responsibility of forming our little ones. Through this, we build the nation. When we put good foundation, certainly we can build a good and strong building. The foundation part, we as a teachers, we need to do. In order to put strong foundation, we ourselves require good materials. In fact, strong materials. That means we may be knowing so many things, but still we need to refresh. And more than that, we have to work together. It's very much important. If a mason or the workers do not coordinate with each other, we cannot build a good building. For that, in order to coordinate, there will be an engineer or later there are supervisors, so that everything will go on smoothly. So it is our work, first of all, as I said, this is Josephite family, which means as a family members, we need to work together. Of course, there will be some ups and downs in the family, there will be some misunderstanding, but when it's end of the day, all will work together. All will share that love, care, concern together. As we are starting this new academic year, let's all work together as a family members of St. Josephite and St. Joseph School. And all of us, we need to give our 100%. So first of all, welcome you all for this new academic year. Especially pray that God may give His blessing to us and will guide us, and in turn our students will benefit. So today we have some new faces here you might have seen. So welcome. We'll give them small flower. I request Mother Pascal Mary.
People with values. Can such a nation survive? I think that's where our role is. You rightly said education teachers have got a bigger role. True education is forming people to discover themselves. I'm not a perfect person, and no human being is a perfect. Okay, at least I should be conscious how I can improve every day. Where I go wrong. If my conscience tells me this is where I'm going wrong, I need to correct myself, then I'm a better human being, human person or human being. That's where our role is. As teachers, it's not enough to make the children by heart and get the best of marks. Marks is important, but that is not the only end. That's not the end. So we should help students discover themselves, become better persons. Persons who can tell to themselves, okay, this is my mistake. This is where I went wrong. I will not repeat. I will correct myself. If we can sensitize our students, form our students, then we are building a better nation. Okay. That is my personal feeling. Now in this regard, certainly we cannot do this work alone. We have to work together. No matter what our differences are, where we come from, what God we worship at home, or what language we speak at home, what culture we practice, doesn't matter. At least our mission is clear. Why we are here for the sake of children, to form them to become a better human being. If that is our goal, that is our motto, I think then we need to know each other. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಥ್ರೂ ಔಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆನ್ ಈಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಈಚ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಜೆಸುಯಿಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್? ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನುಭವ, ಅದನ್ನು ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಶೇರ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟಿಲ್ so far. Then in this round, this particular question, you are going to share what drew you to a Jesuit school. What drew you or what made you to come to a Jesuit school? Or if you don't know what Jesuit means, what made you to come to this school? Simple. Okay? Shall we start? Okay, now we face each other and you can start. Then you go to the next question. This round you are going to share. Okay, this is a phrase, a sentence or a jargon used in Jesuit circles. Those are familiar with the Jesuit schools will know. Others you can help out. Okay. How do you understand the phrase men and women for others in your own life? How do you understand the phrase, sentence? You have heard many times, right? If you are in this school. What does it mean? that sentence. Here and clear. Men and women for others. What does it mean to you? You can start. Now you have to change, no? Okay. Now outer is it? Yeah, outer move to your left. Yeah, outer circle. Leave your chest there. Okay. Yeah, what is this? You are going to share what motivated you to become a teacher. What motivated you to become a teacher? Why did you choose this as your profession? Clear? Julie? Clear? Why did you want it? Then you can share. Yeah. What is one lesson you hope your students remember years later? What it could be about you? It could be a lesson, a message. How do you want your students to remember you years later? I don't know, 5 years, 10 years, or more. How do you want your students to remember you later? One step forward. Race, men and women for others. So many questions. Recall. What are your feelings or even thoughts when I asked you to share Vidyana? maybe persons know you or not know you, very new. What are your feelings? What are your thoughts? Thirdly, what are your feelings now that you have listened to so many? What are your feelings now? So, first question, before starting, when I asked you have to share with one another, these are the questions. That is one. Secondly, when you were sharing and when you were listening to the other about that exercise. Thirdly, after completing sharing, what do you feel? So you're not going to tell me what others share or what you share. No, I'm asking you what do you feel? What are your thoughts? Just take 2 minutes and we'll see maybe some volunteers and ask some volunteers to share. Okay, reflect on that personally. What happened to you before sharing, during the sharing, and after sharing and listening to others. What do you feel? What are the thoughts? Become aware of those uppermost feelings. That we'll see. Maybe in the larger group we are going to express.
Good morning, and we came back and we are speaking here. We left them, 4 of them to them. They are speaking in their language and they're not in English. Okay, during, okay, we can, I think that they are sharing nicely. Yes, and even though Sujata ma'am, Bhargavi ma'am, sudden shock is 4 of them coming suddenly. How? That's okay. After the exercise, we can work with them also. We can collaborate us now. I felt that.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, when you asked so many questions, actually for us, some of us, those questions are not so new to us. But that is, we repeatedly every year during this training period, we used to get the questions and we were sharing each other's. And this time, little bit I was excited to share with the newcomers, not with our old teachers, since we were discussed so many things. So I was very excited to share with the newcomers all the questions what you are asking, those questions. Afterwards, really, I felt every time whenever we discuss every year also, somewhat we are finding new in that same questions. Every year the answers will not be same. That is what I found myself. Different in the sense that the thoughts and the way of explaining, way of the things coming out, it was entirely different from year to year. And myself, I thought that every year it was a changing, even myself, I mean lots of improvement in that what we were thinking, I mean what we were feeling about the questions and those things. It is a newly coming out, that is what I felt also.
But first thing, whatever training I attend, they will be asking the questions, how you will improve your achievement in the school premises, students, education, goals, everything they will be asking same questions. So I am familiarly for the questions I am answered. But here, when I enter this school, this is the first experience for me, that introduction ourselves and your own self-introduction. But in the 4 years school I have worked, I have not got this experience. Here I am very happy and very interested to work here. So I think I learn more things. Maybe I worked in more than 5 years, 5 schools, but there something is different from this school. And the new staffs and new colleagues are really very happy to work with staff. So I am very interested. Maybe more I can learn more things and more better. And my goal is still I am expecting high from all the old staffs. They are, as I take the introduction, really I am very happy that they are, as a friend, as a family members, they are introduced. Even I felt very happy. Different experience for me in this school. Trustees or management, they will be asking only their school, only the improvement of the school and the students. But this is the one school I personally everything they are given the chance to share with the staffs. That I like it. So you are thinking both the side, staff and also the school management and also students and education and cities and everything, all the whole you are included. That's very happy.
So before I got to interact with them, I was a little nervous to say because it's a new environment for me, new place. So I was a little nervous. But once I started interacting with them, I found out that everyone is very friendly. Everyone is just like us, always willing to lend a helping hand. So I felt relaxed. So now after talking to everyone, meeting everyone, and answering each and every question, I got to know that every one of us here, we are just all working towards the same goal, that is to mold our kids to be a better human later.
Good afternoon again. Okay, at first, before the exercise, I thought we were going to come forward here and then introduce ourselves again because we are the newcomers, so I thought we were going to come out here and then introduce. But then we went out and then it was a good way that we all come together. I met everyone and I have to introduce myself, share about myself and then learning from every one of you. That was really very nice. We were strangers before, now we are all friends now. I'm happy to make new friends and then I'm very happy now. We are all friends now as part of SJS family. And then I'm very happy to be part of SJS family and I'm very happy to work with such talented and dedicated individuals. And I look forward and then, yeah, like I said, I'm very happy today and thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have completed 2 years in this institution, but I was worked so many, maybe 2 to 3 schools further. But that schools there is no only concentrate academic wise. But in this institution they are all throughout the academic wise and then teachers and then students and then parents, every field they have observed a lot and then they can improvement a lot every fields of areas. So I really every year have so many teachers are saying every year having FTP program is necessary or not. So I heartfelt said that every year once because every year is new things. So I really felt that newcomers coming from Nagaland, I really happy to work with your collaborators and then I know my old family, Josephites families, they know my character. So I am really happy to work here.
Thank you. How much you really opened up? ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. To that extent you benefit. To that extent you share, you become close. Okay? Close in the sense you open up and you help other know you better, and you will know other better. Okay, that depends on how willing you are to share openly. Sometimes there are many things that stop us, block us from opening up. That we don't want to share, we don't want to disclose. To that extent we are blocking. We don't want others to know us. Okay? So that nobody can help. Initiative has taken by myself. Okay? I'm happy that many of you shared and are not overhearing, but sometimes when I had to hear. As a person, each one of us grow, not in terms of physical height. We grow with our experience, we grow spiritually, we grow emotionally, we grow psychologically, of course intellectually. So if answer is the same, then we are resistant and growth, we have stopped growing. So we can't call ourselves as teachers. The moment you say, oh, I have done my degree, I got my certificate, done, settled in life, then we are not growing, we are not encouraging or enthusing our students to grow. We are not only teachers, we are students for life. So that is my response. Thank you madam for that observation. And speaking about Sujata ma'ams, okay, I'm not boasting, okay, it's not my kind of wisdom, Jnana Barlilla. This See, over the years, Jesuit institution is an institution which has survived for nearly 450 plus years. This is a charism that is carried on for 450 years. And it's not only in Pandithalli, it's not only in Karnataka, but not only in India, across the globe. This perspective, why we are here, is certainly not to make money, not to make profit. Okay? So this perspective of changing the world, okay, we remain nation building, but our perspective to make the world better. Jesuits are across globe. How we want to change the world? Through education. Education is the means to change the world. That is our conviction, not for 1 or 2 years, 1 decade, centuries together. So thank you for that observation.